At the bottom of the second division recorded a famous 2-0 victory last night over Manchester United. The friendly match was staged to mark the official opening of Chester's new Deva Stadium. But the occasion wasn't really about play on the field. It was to celebrate the completion of a stadium said to be one of the safest in the league.
Building for the future at Chester doesn't just happen off the pitch. These could be the club's professionals in years to come. They didn't have to look far for inspiration. United's team included players of international class. Greatest interest surrounded the appearance of Lee Sharp, still recovering after a bout of viral meningitis. The fixture marked the transformation of a field on the Welsh border. At the start of this year, work began on the site. Some doubted the 30-week building programme would be successful. But by August this year, the £3 million stadium was officially opened, thanks to a £500,000 grant from the Football Trust.
And what we have now, we have a very, very good, high-spec, high-tech stadium for people to come down and enjoy the football.
On the field, Sharp almost crowned his return with an early goal. But just before half-time, problems in United's defence led to John Kelly's ricochet, putting Chester ahead. Despite the presence of players like Mike Phelan, Paul Parker, Andrei Kanchelskis and Neil Webb, United failed to muster a goal. And Chester's celebrations were complete in the final minutes when Bobby Butler headed in a second. For the older fans, it was perfect revenge for an FA Cup defeat by United in the 60s. But for all the spectators, watching the action is now much safer. The Deva is built entirely of steel and concrete in line with the recommendations of the Taylor Report. The 3,500 seats are fire-resistant, along with all the paint. A computerised turnstile system helps cope with the crowds. They're then monitored by closed-circuit television. There are facilities for disabled fans, while sensitive smoke and heat detectors have been installed, though not without early problems.
On the first couple of games, we actually found that when the pies were coming out, they were actually setting the alarm off, which caused one or two pangs of anxiety at the time, but once we found out it was able to correct it. It was also a good training exercise for the stewards. They knew what the alarm sounded like and what to do in the case of action.
It's all a far cry from Chester's days, half a mile away at Sealand Road. The old stadium is now being demolished. Planning permission's been given for a food store, garage and shops. 9 months is a long time in football, especially in Chester.
The weather now.